We here at the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks always support any and all that are involved in the creation and distribution of any show we feature, and will encourage any of those watching to support the official release. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks for May 11th, 2013, with your host, Facebreaker2448.
And Rampant Epsilon.
I had a good day today. Me and my two compadres from Phi Theta Kappa managed to sell 123 roses at $5 a piece and raise a big buttload of money for Phi Theta Kappa.
That's a pretty big feat right there.
Mm-hmm. Especially considering it was me solo for like a good 30 minutes, 40 minutes. Because it was me solo during the entire time graduation was happening. And I was still selling roses then.
Dang.
And that's quite a while. Especially when you have to count for how many names they have to read on for Cleveland State. It's a lot. It took like an hour plus for them to get through all the names, I think.
Jeez.
I know by the time I looked at my clock 11, we still weren't at the names yet. And we weren't done until about little after 12 with the name calling, maybe.
Dang.
It was ridiculous. And again, I was still selling roses the entire time, solo, for a good long while. And we sold out. And I'm happy. Because that's a lot of money in our pocket for Phi Theta Kappa. And got Joker figure art. And got to see the last third of Ultimatum. Because I didn't want to watch the first 2/3 until we get subs at the end of the month. At least from overtime. We're not going to get TVD Con subs till next week. Because they take their sweet-ass time on stuff. Which is just what they do. I don't know if I want to talk about the Megaforce stuff. Because I know a lot of people are all fired up about that.
You know you want to.
Yeah. In case you're wondering, recently it's been brought to the attention of the internet that the email that has been sent to some past actors for Power Rangers. I say some because that needs to be specified. Not all actors have been sent this email, nor anyone prior to this point has been sent the email, whether they were invited or not. But it seems like these days we're just hearing about one actor after another, just not getting an invite or canceling because of something. And I'll bring up Tokyo Nation's list. Because they have a better compounded list of who's coming back, we know, who's rumored to appear based off certain evidence, and who's declined for various reasons. Okay. Pay attention to the numbers. Here's who's confirmed to appear. Like, dead set, we know is going to appear in Super Mega Force. In a cameo. Naji Di Tia. Tigi? I have no clue to how to pronounce his name. But it's Samurai Blue from Power Ranger Samurai. Kevin? He's confirmed to come back for a cameo. Along with our good old friend, Jason David Frank. Tommy from, well, just about a lot of Power Rangers. Then again, the man said publicly he'd come back for $1. All they have to do is ask. And so they asked. And now he's coming back.
I wonder if it's for $1.
If you ask, depending on the person you ask, it probably is $1. Some people are guessing it's for $1. Because, again, and I told you this part from the email, Saban and crew did not budget in past actors coming back this season at all. So the money's not good. I also have to go, you're doing an anniversary season, and you did not think that it would be a good idea to bring back people from past years? Did you learn anything from Gokaiger footage or not? Because Gokaiger went all out, even though that wasn't the original plan. Now, I don't think I've told you this or I've said it on air. An article a while back came out and said that the amount of tribute episodes we got in Gokaiger was pure accidental. We were not supposed to get that many tribute episodes. Nor were we going to get that many actors back. Like, all of the tribute episodes that have a specific Arsenal attachment to Gokaio, and a couple more, were planned. Like, I don't think Jetman was in the original plans as a tribute episode, yet it happened. Neither was the Abba Ranger one, yet it happened. And it's all because one of the Ginga Man actors back for an episode was talking to one of the other actors from one of the other shows, and then word just spread from there, and then all of a sudden, we want to come back. We'll come back. Literally, the actors just started contacting Toei. It's like, we heard about this. We would love to come back. And Toei's like, well, if they're willing to come back, writers, get to work. We need all these guys into the show somehow. Which I think also led to the Gokaigers kind of getting shafted on character development. But look what we got in trade-off, so. But back to the list. These are the actors and characters who are rumored to appear based off specific things. You have Christopher Kane Lee, who is Andros in space. He's rumored to come back because his cloak has been spotted. Well, his cloak from Forever Red has been spotted on set, being worn. Blake Forrester, Justin, the little kid from Turbo. I paused because I expected you to react, but then I go, you probably didn't watch that much Power Rangers, did you?
No.
Okay. The little kid is rumored to be back because I think he said something on Twitter about coming back. Roger Valesco, Carlos from Turbo and in Space is rumored to come back from his Twitter. Jason Font, Wes from Time Force, again from his Twitter, I believe, is coming back. Jason Smith, Casey from Power Rangers Jungle Fury, has actually been spotted on set and has been seen in photos with Gia, the yellow one from Megaforce. I think it's Gia.
I think so.
Okay, he's been spotted with her on set. Samuel Bennett, Will from Operation Overdrive, I believe through Twitter as well. Alex Hartman, Jaden from Samurai, Erika Fong, Mia from Samurai, Hector David Jr., Mike from Samurai, and Brittany Pirtle, Emily from Samurai. Probably because since Najee is coming back, it's not that hard to think they're probably bringing the Core 5 back. Although it is weird to see that Antonio is not listed there. Nor is he listed anywhere on this list.
Huh.
So it is no clue if he's coming back or not at this point. Which would be weird. Alright. We get to the part where people are getting fired up about, because this is the news that's really came out recently. Are all these, pretty much, these guys aren't going to show up. Confirmed, rejected offer to appear. Steve Cardins, Rocky from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and Zeo rejected the offer to come back. Karen Ashley, Aisha from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers also rejected the offer due to they would be losing money if they were to do this. They would love to come back, but they're not going to come back on the money that they're offering because it's kind of shitty, at least according to them. Aaron Cahill, Jen from Power Rangers Time Force, again, not coming back. I believe kind of the same mindset. The money's just not there for them to come back. And David Yost, Billy from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, is not coming back due to personal reasons and his past with Power Rangers, which is well documented, and I'm not going to touch that one because that is a lot more than what we need to be talking about. If you want to learn about that, read it up on your own time because other people have that far more well documented than I have in my head right now. It's a lot of personal stuff with him in terms of his treatment with the show, but I digress. This list of people were not invited with the email, and they've received no invitation to come back at all. They've not been contacted. They've not been they haven't been contacted in any way, shape, or form. Matt Austin, Bridge from SPD, Tim, Ted, and Tommy DeFilippo, Trey of Triforia, the triplet actors. They're all brothers and triplets. And they were all different characters in Zeo. They haven't been invited. David Lee Latero, RJ from Jungle Fury, not invited as well. Poya Muscovy, Shane from Ninja Storm, not invited. Jason Chan, Cam from Ninja Storm, not invited either. Brandon Jack McLee, Jack from SPD, not invited, along with Chris from Valetti Sky, Ailey Armstrong, Sid, Monica May Z, all from SPD, all confirmed to not be invited because they were asked on Twitter and they did not receive any email whatsoever. Daniel Irving, Dylan from RPM has not been invited. Sally Martin, Tori from Ninja Storm, not invited either. Mally Video, Madison from Mystic Force, not invited either. And the entire team of the Mighty Morphin Alien Power Rangers were not invited either. That's just a blanket one. None of them were invited back. Which I don't know if the original actor for Alien Red did the voiceover work for Forever Red, because that was the only one that was a complete in-suit appearance for him past his original mini-season. Anyway, and finally, the last two on this list were invited to appear, but then had that invited rescinded. So they were invited to come, and then Saban went, we can't do it because of budget restrictions. The biggest one right now in that category, Rhett Fisher, Ryan from Lightspeed Rescue, the Titanium Ranger. You know, the original American Power Ranger, you know, the one we made up for Lightspeed. He's not coming back. And Caitlin Murphy, Ronnie from Operation Overdrive is not coming back. And why is Google Plus dinging at me?
I don't know.
The typing thing again. Shut up, Google Plus. But yeah, this is what has gotten people down on Super Mega Force right now. Because you see, we've got 2 confirmations of people coming back, and like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 possibles, and a combination of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 people who are confirmed to not come back for various reasons. Some out of their control, some of them just personal, we're not coming back. Yeah. For a celebration of Power Rangers history, we're not going to have many people back to represent their seasons. And personally, at this point, I'd just be happy if we got one person back for each season to represent them. I don't care if it's Ranger, villain, just somebody who was a part of the original show, come back.
Well, I don't see how they could do a anniversary show that doesn't represent past seasons. Thought that was kind of the whole point of it.
Yeah. And of course, the thing we're watching, and this kind of plays into what we're watching, the anniversary show done wrong, and that is Decade, which really doesn't feel like a celebration of the past 9 years of the Heisei era. So yeah, I'm with the main guy behind Ranger Crew. I'll come in really just going, all right, this is who we know is going to show up. This is who we know is going to possibly show up. This is everyone we know that's not going to show up. I have to wonder who's going to show up at this point. And I'm just going to go in like, hell if I know what's going to go on this show. Let's just see what the hell happens. He's coming in with moderate expectations. To me, moderate expectation is, let's just see what the hell the show does. I don't know anymore. Between the Gokaiger suits being used as power-ups, all this actor business news, finding out that the crew that was producing Samurai is now the crew producing Super Megaforce instead of the one producing Megaforce and in turn Super Samurai, which apparently was an improvement over Samurai. I don't know. I only saw the first episode of Super Samurai, and I still noticed the problems that Samurai had to begin with. It's a combination of all that, and I'm like, it just makes me go, I'm kind of worried for this. I'll still tune in and watch the first episode, but I'm going to be concerned. Because this may not end well. And after having a decent to good start, except for Robo Knight. And if any of you don't think Robo Knight is RoboCop, pull up some clips of RoboCop and then have Robo Knight clips playing right next to them and tell me they are not the same character. Because they really are acting like the same person. What do you think of all this when it comes to the Megaforce news?
I've never been one to focus on Power Rangers, so yeah. I don't really know there's too much for me to say right here.
I would be okay with it if it wasn't that some, really big parts of the show in terms of character were kind of getting not invited or not going to show up for various reasons. I mean, to have Jin not be a part of the show and to be there to represent Time Force kind of feels like you're missing half of what made Time Force good, and that was Jin. Not having anybody from SPD character-wise is like, okay. They'll probably invite the guy who does the voice of Kruger, because then they get a 2-for-1 deal, and then they get the person who played Solaris Knight. Because it's the same actor. So props to them for thinking that far ahead, but we could at least have somebody else from SPD. I mean, it wasn't much, but the Deca Ranger tribute episode, or I think it was 2 episodes. Was it 2? I'm trying to think if it was 2 episodes or 1 episode. But the Deca Ranger tribute and Gokaiger at least had Deca Yellow and Deca Red appear, even though they weren't really the main focus of the episode. It was Kruger or Doggy. Have Shane, Tori, and Cam not appear for Ninja Storm feels like you're missing some of what made Ninja Storm good, because they're at least the decent characters over there. Definitely not having Titanium Ranger show up, well, his actor show up is, wow. I mean, if you're going to celebrate the Tower Rangers, how about you celebrate what makes it different than Super Sentai? And that's one of the things that made it different than Super Sentai, is we have our own Ranger that's exclusive to us. I'm concerned, and that's kind of it. But with all that out of the way, we can move on to the 2 episodes we're going to watch this week, which continues from our Decade 5-part special from last week.
Dear God.
As we pick up with the Ryuki arc this week, episodes 6 and 7, Battle Trial Ryuki World, and The True Culprit's Super Trick. This should be all sorts of fun.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
I don't know if there's much to recap with Decade. We really got introduced to the basis of Decade, and that's really it.
Yeah. I think you're about right there.
And we get to move into, well, one of the stupider 2-parters, because this is an alternate take on Ryuki that is really out there and kind of dumb. And also we move into one of these stupider Final Form rides, which, if you're tired of hearing me badmouth the Final Form rides, I'm not really going to stop it until we are done with all 9 of them. And we still got a while to go. Because I have no qualms with the one that's in 2010. No qualms with it. And it's not just because it's doubles. Spoilers. I don't think that's really spoilers, because 2010 is the crossover between Decade and Double, so that's one of those you could put 2 and 2 together, probably.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's the only one that does something more than turn the rider into a tool to be used by Decade. Or do something really stupid that just goes, what the fuck? Yeah. I guess thoughts going into Ryuki arc.
I don't know. It depends on what kind of a mindset I can get myself in this week.
The mindset where you're not thinking about the crap that Decade does.
Yeah. Because as I pointed out last week, if you don't try to take everything serious, then it's actually an enjoyable show.
Yeah.
When you're trying to make sense of this show, you're just in a what in the did I just watch?
Yeah.
That's just kind of all you're in.
And the problem for me is, well, it comes down to a show we watched, which was Hitman Reborn, which we were saying the same thing about that. And this, and we weren't complaining about Hitman Reborn, is because Hitman Reborn painted itself as such show.
Yeah, from the very beginning, it painted itself as the show not to take serious.
Yeah. It wasn't even taking itself seriously.
It's like they want you to take it seriously, but there's not anything there to take seriously.
Especially this week.
That's what I don't get there.
I don't know if I should spoil what it is or wait till we get to it in the first episode.
If it's in the first episode, just wait.
Okay. Okay, it's in the first episode. I'm reading I quickly scanned through the synopsis of the episodes I got.
Yeah, if it's in the first one, I'd just wait.
Okay.
Because we'll hit it soon enough.
But, yeah.
I've still got to work on the stupid time code. I keep forgetting that. I do. I keep forgetting that.
Trying to think what else to say. Not much until we get past these two. Then we get to talk about the thing that this episode does. We do know that Natsume's getting arrested because she's accused of murder. That's important. Because that plays into the stupid thing. Anyway, you got the first episode queued up and ready?
Hold on, I'm going to try something here. This ain't going to work, is it? This ain't going to work, I bet. Crap. Nope, this ain't gonna work like I wanted it to. Okay, try that again.
You ready?
Hold on. I will get this to work one way or another.
Do you need to throw up the technical difficulties picture or
No, I make it work.
Okay. Do 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 do.
You know, that fails. Epically.
What?
There we go. How does that look? I make it work.
I see a thingy. I see a box.
Yeah, the box will have... I see a flaw in that. Okay. Anyhow, let's try it and see what happens.
Okay, I was about to say, I see nothing in the box.
You see a time code in the box?
No.
You don't?
There's something in the box, but I can't tell what the bloody hell it is.
Huh.
Okay. Bear in mind, I may be way behind. Wait, I see, it's zooming in. And,
Oh, you're trying to watch on the stream. Look in the Google Hangout.
oh,
Jeez.
ignore me then. Yes, I see that time code.
Okay. Stream's gonna be behind.
Pardon me, that's the thing I'm looking at directly at this moment. Anyway,
Okay.
if you need the time code, it's down there in the corner. But we're going to start up episode 6 of Kamen Rider Decade in 3, 2, 1, go! Hi, Night and Ryuki. We'll see you later in this episode.
Okay, that idea's not gonna work.
Why?
Because I move my mouse off of it and it disappears. Oh well. I'll figure a way out.
You know, that could have ended that little recap could have ended on a better note. I mean, the Kiva one ended on a better note. Well, that was quick. How can you kill somebody with a fork?
Stab them.
It would leave a very distinctive mark.
Yeah.
So, unless that thing is shaped like the prongs on a fork, I don't think she did it. Props to them for actually taking an actual image and putting it in there from production. Now we get to one of the best parts of Decade. A theme song that totally does not fit the show. Especially since we should be on a time limit, yet we're not. Ever. Not until the last two episodes. And if you think that's annoying, trust me, it is. Now the question is, how long, when it comes to time to fight, will it take for Onodori to transform into Kuga? Why do you have a chicken? I mean, it's not like she can kill you. Yes, on this journey with a magical, ambiguous photo studio.
Yep.
Weirdly enough, that does look like the attorney badge that's in Ace Attorney.
Hmm.
Still love to see their proof of why they think she's the murderer, besides her being in the room at the same time.
Her holding a knife. I mean, not a knife, a fork.
Bullshit! By the way, this is that stupid thing that only remotely has relation to the original show. I will say it's nice of them to add in the exclusive writers, and by exclusive writers I mean the chameleon one. Come on, Scissors, you should have more bone than this. Oh, hi, Knight, the only interesting character really in Ryuki. He's got the badge. I mean, it's all you need in Ace Attorney, so. Why you gotta poke on Adore? He did nothing! By the way, he's Ryuki. You could put a little bit more sarcasm into that statement, Tsukasa. You can't cut with a fork. You can stab with a fork, but you can't cut. That I mean, it's true. I mean, your photos are complete shit. I love how they just choose random people to be to be freaking writers in this world. I love how the fact that he's just a Kamen Rider, so he can just hop into the mirror world.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ododori, you can do that too, you dumbass! just want to kick somebody's ass.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No. You could try to take this a little bit more seriously. It's like, nah, I don't care. You're not the guys I have to usually fight. Wait, so you kind of wanted to prove her guilty? Hey, Onodori, how about you join it too? God damn it, Onodori. Have you forgotten you got your own belt? Or is it because it's a part of you that you just forget about it? Isn't that the thing he's not supposed to do? Because he's Decade, and he's supposed to be the destroyer of worlds? Wait to demote yourself, Onodori, to assistant.
Yeah.
And also, if she stabbed her with the fork, wouldn't there be blood on the fork? Or
Yeah.
blood at all? It's because we need him to be Knight, because Ren was Knight in Ryuki. By the way, that's Abyss. He wasn't in Ryuki. I have no clue why they made him for these 2 episodes. Besides to make a villain writer. Might be a good idea to, turn your gun into the sword. Well, that's going to take a while because he's got a lot of moves.
Yep. A lot that he knows and a lot that he don't know.
Mm-hmm. And most of which aren't his to begin with. Now would be a good time to hop in, Onodore. By the way, this never really happened in Ryuki, so. Only Ryuki was ever a part of journalism. He's also really bad at it, too. You could hop in too, Onodore, anytime.
Yeah, he's just not grasping this concept, is he?
No. Unless you're going to do something else besides ask a lot of people questions. You're jumping to a lot of conclusions there, Ryuki. How about you take a chill pill? Mine, 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 mine. I want to do my rider kick before episode 6 is over.
Rider kick.
The question is, was that guy killed or was he just knocked out?
Probably just knocked out.
He's surprised by that because Ryuki doesn't really do that until he gets survive. And as we learn throughout the series, these guys don't get their final forms. Ever.
When in doubt, swing a big hammer.
Yeah, a big hammer shaped like a fist. Probably not your smartest move.
No. The only good thing is, though, is the fact that he can, if he's in a different rider form, it just breaks that rider form.
Yeah. And now he got smart and actually used his trick card. Okay, Decade's getting way too hot in this fight. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
We're just gonna end off there. All right.
Hmm.
So, what do you think of the battle Kamen Rider trial system?
I kind of, I don't know what to think of it, honestly.
Like I said, that's the stupid part of this episode. But yeah, that had nothing to do with Ryuki. Ryuki did have the concept of all the riders fighting each other, just not in a trial system. They were just going after just a wish of some sort.
Hmm.
A wish for whatever the hell they wanted. And that was it.
Hmm.
There was nothing more to it. And they were also killing each other. Because, scissors, the orange, I think it was like orangish guy. I don't think it's really orange, but the crab guy. He lasted
Yeah.
all of 2 episodes. That would be, I believe, like 3 and 4.
Wow.
Yeah. Chameleon guy, the green one, he was only in 1 movie. I love to know what the hell is up with Femme, the white one. Although I don't think we'll see any of that in this episode. Disappointing too, because that was a decent character in the movie. I say decent because they didn't really do much with her. She has kind of, and this is a spoiler for that movie, she kind of just, falls over and dies. Literally. Literally, she has a scene with Ryuki, and it's like, she walks on a little bit and then just goes, dead.
Wow.
Yeah. That movie's depressing. Abyss was never in the series and were created for the show. I don't know why he just is. There's more to him that has connections to the next arc, for God knows what reason. And hopefully, we will get Narutaki's line. And I promise, if he doesn't say it, I will say it for him. Anyway, ready to start episode 7?
Yep.
Alright. Starting up episode 7 of Ryuki. Kamen Rider Decade! In 3, 2, 1, go.
Good one.
Well, it doesn't help they had Ryuki's logo on under Decade's title. And I'm talking a lot about Ryuki in this 2-parter, so. We already saw half this fight. Why are we seeing it
Yeah.
again?
You know what's funny though?
What?
That was a 3-on-4 situation.
Yeah. Then again, Decade had the advantage of having 3 different weapons. His fist, the sword, and the gun. Whereas Knight only got the sword.
True.
That's not the Ryuki I know. The Ryuki I know is optimistic as fuck. I also don't know why they picked the order they did. Because it's not in any real specific order, at least to my knowledge. So it's not in order of airing. And I'm not sure what else order there would be.
Unless there was some kind of an order of planning or something like that.
Yeah. But you got Kuga, Kiva, Ryuki, and the next one will be Blade. And then I think it's Fize. Let me look while the intro stuff's playing. It'll be... Next one will be Blade. Then we got the Fize. Then Deno. Then Kabuto. Then Hibiki.
Could it possibly be in some kind of order of popularity?
I doubt that, because Hibiki's like right there towards the end, and Hibiki next to Akito is really weird, because Akito is kind of popular to my knowledge. It kind of just seems all over the place.
Maybe they meant for it to look like that then.
Could just tell him. That make this so much easier. You know, those two got knocked out, yet neither one of their decks have been destroyed. Unlike the last two. Hi, Odin. Okay, we're just going to leave that scene and off to less important stuff.
Again.
She's got him on trial. Has no one told you? It was the chicken? I love to hear your evidence about this. How is it this is supposed to be a mystery, yet the way they're going about solving this mystery is just half-ass backwards and stupid at points? It's like, yes, Ren did it because he showed up the same day that this happened. Too late.
Well, I don't think she's still there.
No. Are either one of you actually going to attempt to open your mouth to talk? Or are we just going to telepathically speak to each other? Sure about that? He's awfully enjoying this. I mean, the dude called dibs to Ryder kick a fool. You know what, Adore? You've done dick all these 2 episodes. Except walk around and talk to people. Bullshit! I'm sorry, I have to call bullshit on that being Decade. I'm sorry, he's enjoying fucking fighting these guys far too much. You could participate in this, Yusuke. You are a rider. Oh, that was easy. But that just means you're trusting him. You're contradicting your own statement there, Decade.
Yeah.
I'm from the future. Just ignore that part. How does that work? Fuck if I know.
Time paradox. It's one of those things that if a future person goes back and sees their past self, then that causes all kinds of screwed up things.
Too bad Ultimatum doesn't play by those rules from what I know. But you are not a 2-in-1 detective. Wait, if this fixes the fact that Ren does not go after Odin to get the time vent, how the fuck are they in the past right now? I love the fact that she was passed out this entire time. That was perfect. Oh, so those two guys that got blown up did not actually die. Okay. Up, time for that decade speech. Why does everyone have to ask him that damn question?
Seriously.
You know better than ask him that damn question. Time for a really stupid final form ride. You know, with the Ryuki Riders, they all have that advent that's a big giant monster, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember from the first episode where the big red dragon? That's Ryuki's advent monster.
Ah.
That's something he can summon normally, and something Decade should also summon were Ryuki's powers.
Okay.
Ryuki just got turned into his own contact monster for no reason. Because Decade should do this normally. And so can Ryuki. So answer me this: how is this a final form ride when Ryuki and Decade can do this normally?
Wow.
I mean seriously. And also, Decade's doing Ryuki's rider kick for no reason. I mean, literally, that's how Ryuki does his rider kick. Oh, by the way, he's not human.
What told you that?
Wait, now he'll run into the board so it can drop down and reveal we're going to Blade. Technically, there's two of me running around right now, so. Oh, I was searching if that was the actual King of Hearts undead from Blade. It is. It was just one that was never shown off. Well, what do you think of the Ryuki arc?
I have to agree with you on that final form ride.
Told you some of them are really stupid.
Sometimes I think that's an understatement.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, it's literally a repeat of his powers. Literally.
it's still showing the show is still showing exactly what I said last week repetitively. You just cannot seriously take this show with the least bit of seriousness.
Even though it wants you to.
Yeah. Because, case in point, how many things do you know from the original shows is wrong or twisted in some way, shape, or form?
About most of that episode. Or
My
most of those two
point
episodes.
exactly. There is no physical way you can take this show even remotely serious.
Oh, I do have one question to ask. Where the fuck did the other Tsukasa and Shinji go to?
You know, I was kind of wondering that whole time there. Because it never showed them seeing each other.
Yeah.
If it did, I could understand because of the sheer fact of you already found out that apparently the future self absorbs the past self.
That or the past self somehow catches up with the future self. Or that it's just a replacement, maybe. I don't know.
Basically, they merge.
Yeah. Some really stupid shenanigan stuff.
So, yeah, I was kind of wondering the exact same thing.
Trust me, Time Travel is done far better in Mega Max. And in Ultimatum.
And you know what I thought about just now?
What?
With what you just said about that? If the other versions of both of them are there, then would that not be in a continuous loop right there?
You also have to ask of if they fixed it to where Rin never gets time vent, how the fuck does this get solved to begin with?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously, if Rin doesn't get time vent, none of this is solved.
Because what they missed there is if the whole murder case never happened, the Rider battle never would have happened, and he never would have wound up finding the guy that has the time vent. So by destroying that one piece, they technically screwed the whole episode arc up right there.
Yep. But it's okay, Decade's got his cards now. So we can just go on. We don't have to worry about that. We don't exist in this world to begin with, so we don't apply. So their whole time and physics and other stuff don't apply to us.
Like I said, if you don't take it serious, you don't get a headache.
I'm
Because you're
not
just
really
sitting
getting.
there thinking about that now. Yeah, yeah. They kind of screwed up the event that caused them to get the time event to go back.
Yeah,
So as soon as they stopped that, would both of them not have just poof? Well, all three of them technically
yeah,
just poof, be gone.
yeah. Like I said, time travel's done better in Mega Max and Ultimatum.
I
That
think
at least make sure that shit will happen to make sure the shit that has already happened because of time travel will happen still.
I think it gets back to time travel has always been a screwed up situation and will never be explained right.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure even with what you're saying there, there's still something there that just does not fit right. It
Mega
might be minor, but I'm sure there's something there.
Mega Max not so much. It makes sure it's a closed loop because it's future characters that we don't know much about coming back to the past through a portal in time. And the portal in time is because of present events. They're not affecting how they're coming through to our time. It's more they're making sure that these characters will still do what they did in the future.
So no matter what happens, they'll still make the portal to go back to the past.
No, the portal already exists because of events of O's. It's just characters from the future use this portal that has been created in the present to come back to our time. I may have fucked up saying that.
I think I follow you,
Okay.
but when you get into the whole time travel situation, it always gets up.
Okay. I'll see if I can explain this. Okay. Events in O's cause certain objects in O's to be sent to the future, which causes a character to go bad and come back to the past because that whole thing of sending these sending these objects to the future. So I'm trying to not spoil the end of those.
Well, I think I can put two and two together because we have done watch those there. So
Yeah. But these objects getting sent to the future opens this portal in between present and future. So this character that has went bad in the future is coming back to the present and trying to screw up the time. He is defeated, and the character that went bad is turned good and then sent back to the future. But the character that is responsible for all this realizes that he is still successful in what he wanted to do to begin with and still goes ahead with what he wants to do, thereby making sure that the events of the future will happen, making sure that the events of the present will happen. That's the thing with Ultimatum. Oh, not Ultimatum. Mega Max's time travel. I'm not so sure about Ultimatum. Because I haven't seen the sub yet, and that
I
won't happen until the end of the month.
I have a feeling I would have to see that in order to comprehend that.
Uh,
I think I've got what you're saying there, but I have a feeling it's just going to be one of those.
Once you see it in motion, it makes perfect sense. You also need to know the ending of O's. But really, it's only one part of O's for the whole time travel bit.
That sounds like something for an episode down the line. Maybe.
That would be a finale because Mega Max is a full movie.
That's why I said maybe.
Yeah. That would mean I'd have to explain the end of O's. And I don't want to do that again. Because I'd have to explain.
Well, maybe we'll just have to do O's one season.
Yeah.
Then do it that way.
Yeah, because I'd rather do Mega Max than O's Wonderful, because O's Wonderful is just a little side story that is kind of placed somewhere in the span of the TV series, but is never referenced ever again. Well, ever to begin with, except for a cameo by the medals that are in that movie. And I'm even confused by that, because I'm like, when were they cameoed? When did they appear? Because I don't remember seeing them. Ever. Maybe I have to rewatch all of O's. But Mega Max contains an epilogue to O's. But besides that, back on topic of Decade. Yeah, these two episodes show kind of what Decade can do wrong very horribly. Really screw up and twist up the story of the original show to almost beyond recognizable conditions, except for bits and pieces of it. Throw in their own stuff and then just have a not so great story and not so great characters. I'm sorry, but Tsukasa is not likable in this. He is way too into this whole fighting thing.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, he was calling dibs on Ryder kicking some fool. He was calling dibs. But yeah. But next week we get to deal with the Blade 2-parter. That should be fun, because that's another really stupid Final Form ride. Although a bit differently. Anywho, that'll do it this week. Like I said, next week, more Decade, and hopefully Narutaki will say his line, and I will say it. I have to try to say it correctly. Honore Decado! That's his line. He hasn't said it in 7 episodes, so I will say it for him, damn it. Anyway, that'll do it for
Cramp it Epsilon.
I'm Pacemaker2448 saying good night, everybody, and we'll see you on the next round of the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks. Peace out.
As always, you can find the Gaming Saloon Rift Tracks on our site, tgstgsr.dynds.org. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Our Twitter account is at tgsrifttracks, and on Facebook you can find us at facebook.com/tgsrifttracks. Don't forget we're listed on YouTube. You can find us at youtube.com/user/tgsrifttracks. Till next time.